you join me, David Attenborough, today at Christmas, to gaze upon the dazzling splendours produced by this wonderful place we call home. In this episode, we explore the multifaceted existence of the people and creatures who thrive here. We see them push existence to the very limits, and we see the effects which alcohol cooling has had on them and their way of life. Welcome to Planet Earth. A remote yet lush grassland, Dolly Cottage in Bath, has been inhabited for over 4 years by the local wildlife. But this bountiful land is not all it seems. Territory is an integral part of a creature's disposition. Whilst we take for granted the ability to have a safe house and home, there are many organisms who have to guard against intruders every day. And what does she defend against? The lesser spotted meatball head. Don't let her foppish behaviour fool you. She is a born hunter. In a clash, not deemed safe to be on television, there can be all but one winner. Desolation from the man-bear pig. This is not the only challenger which approaches the midst. An alpha male pappardelle. He roams his prairies, defending his prized possession, a set of Ryobi tools. But lo, confrontation is never far away. A younger rival has ventured into his territory. A fight is inevitable. His stamina and experience has won his dominance of this dance floor. Defeat, however, is not in her vocabulary. She learns, she regroups, and she's poised, ready for her next challenge. A bearded criminal walloper. The fist pumps are enough to confuse the male and send him scampering to the hills. The brothel is chips for today. This is not the only show of dominance, however. Sometimes brains and coordinations matter more than sheer brawn. A masterstroke. Natalie defends the patio. The loser banished to Neil Shed. Not everything is war in these plains. Love too maintains the status quo. The animals' urge to mate and ensure the future for their offspring is insatiable. First things first, getting attentions in the grottos of Italy can be a tough ask. How to do this in the vast territory of over 6 rooms? Why, a mating call, of course, as this 35-year-old female demonstrates. Delving deeper into the caverns, we see a courtship dance which has never been filmed before. What are the purposes of these movements are, the scientists are still at a loss. But who said Kitty can't dance? Elsewhere, a young buck is approaching his first season. A female, also eating a pizza starter, has been spotted. His time to shine has arrived. An irresistible proposition. There's only one part left to fulfill: the ritual of mating. The species' survival now relies on this rather unorthodox approach of union. Mating season has concluded, and with this, the male can return to his lone existence, gracefully re-emerging back into the depths of the lake. Finding a mate, however, is no walk in the park. When food resources are scarce, you have to deal with the most treacherous of terrains to reach fresh pastures, crossing the fast rapids through your own means, or by having a bit of a helping hand. These journeys are not without their peril, however. In the peaks of Wales, we follow the most unlikely of creatures, the giant sperm. This is a perilous journey. The annual sperm run to the spawning grounds brings with it the risk of predators, with only a handful of sperm surviving the run. In times of great scarceness, these journeys are the difference between life and death. The few who make this journey also reap the rewards. Travelling from a place where a water source is scarce, finally, salvation. The joy of securing their water source can sometimes be overwhelming. For a member of this pack, a visible display of triumph can sometimes be seen. Water is not enough to provide the nutritional requirements for all members of this flock to thrive. When times are plentiful, it's integral for the organisms such as the greater crested dane to make hay. This is a complicated ecosystem with a difference between surviving the winter and perishing depending on the ability to inhale tiramisu. It is not this male's first winter preparation. With this large haul of food, Big Baby can comfortably hibernate this evening. A smug creature he can be. To conclude our Christmas special, we delve into the weird, the dark, and the mysterious as we enter the domain of nighttime. With our specialist nighttime cameras, we finally catch a glimpse into the workings of these nocturnal creatures. Here lives beings little seen by the human eye. There is so much to be learnt about their world and the rhythms of the darkness. Initially, science thought this to be a hunting technique of a select group of night dwellers. What they unearth has shaken the biological world to its core. Deep in the rainforests of Brighton, we find something extraordinary. Normally exalted for the peace and tranquility with which nighttime brings, we now know this to not be true. In the gloom of the evening, these two majestic songbirds start their nocturne. Not to be outdone by the rival call of the males, the females start their sonatas praising the upcoming mating season. Unfortunately, as the sun rises, the world of the night creatures end. Those regrettably in the sun's glare are left in a state of confusion and suffering.
Oh my god, I'm so hungover. I've never been this hungover. Are we dead?